Yes.
Does today's action mean that the conservatorship hasn't worked out as you wanted? And also now you only have $20 billion left in TARP. Will you go to Congress and ask for the last tranche?
I would say two things. First of all, the conservatorship has worked out as we had hoped. And this is just a very strong statement of support, and it's a very strong statement of support for the housing market, because we have essentially the federal government has guaranteed Fannie and Freddie paper. Mortgage spreads have not come down as much as they might have, but I would say mortgage financing has remained. Agency financing has remained available, and it has not risen nearly as fast as the cost of other credit. But what this does is really supports that market, and in a way in which I think it will help families and get affordable mortgage finance. And it's, I think, clearly a strong signal of support for those agencies.
The remaining $20 billion.
Oh, yes. What we're doing is, and I think what you saw today with this ABS facility, we're continuing to work to develop and deploy TARP capital in programs that make sense. We have no timeline for drawing down the next tranche, but Congress set a process in place for doing that, and we're focused on the programs, and when the time is right, we'll avail ourselves of that congressional process. Yes.
How much of what's going on here in the spreads do you think now, I mean, there's the financial market problems, but how much of it do you think is due to the fact that consumers are just tapped out right now and they were over-leveraged?
In terms of spreads?
Yeah.
In the ABS market? Yeah, I think what's going on is something else here. What's going on is the financing markets aren't working as we'd like them to work. And when you have AAA rated paper that is conventional paper that's been outstanding for a long time and the market's used to seeing, and when there's no market for that at any reasonable price, that tells us that we're seeing some distortions and dislocations as a result of this financial crisis that are not clearly not right, and this is meant to address that situation. Yes.
Are there any plans, or have there been any discussions about allowing insurance companies to access the TARP?
Well, our approach with insurance companies has been, unless we have institutions where there's a federal regulator, and there are a number of insurance companies that are bank holding companies, and those insurance companies that are bank holding companies have applied using their bank holding company status, and we have a federal regulator there, and so we are dealing with those applications as they come in. But to broadly go to insurance companies, we have not made that decision yet.
How concerned are you that consumer spending has dropped by shrank by the most in 28 years, with GDP shrinking by some 0.5% from July through September? How concerned are you about that, and will this do anything to help?
Well, that's what we're focused on, and what I think we've consistently been saying is that there are two issues that people sometimes confuse, but they're very closely related. There is the strength and the stability of our financial system, and it's very important that system remains stable and remains strong, and lending is very important to consumers. And secondly is the economy. And what has gone on in the financial system is impacting the economy. And as the economy is turning down, it is very important that lending continue to be available and be available to consumers. And so what we're doing with this facility is to support consumer lending.
How concerned are you about today's numbers?
Well, I'm saying this action shows that we are concerned and we're addressing it. Yes, Deborah.
I'm curious how much you think the broad guarantee of bank debt hurt the ability or the desire of folks to buy agency-backed debt, and whether this measure is is to counteract some of those unintended consequences.
You're looking at, Deborah, two different actions. What we had said in early October after the Congress gave us the TARP authority, that this authority in this capacity is very important. And at that time, what we said very clearly that we were going to work very closely with the other federal regulators, and we were going to combine creatively our combined powers to effectively stabilize and strengthen the banking system. And so what you saw with the in the situation with Citigroup and with that guarantee of the tail risk on that group of assets, you saw the combination of these authorities, that's using these tools in the most effective way possible. This Fannie Freddie agency action is something that is separate, and it's aimed at the housing market and mortgage financing. And for some time we've said the root cause of the economic problem in our nation was a major housing correction. Now it has spilled over into other parts of the economy, but that continues to be a very major focus. And I think the most important thing we can do is have mortgage financing be available and rates continue to decline here.